Creature concept is something that I brought to the script because it's something that my friend George Kaywood and I had been playing with for probably 2 or 3 years, trying to find a home for this creature that is essentially a human being puppeteered from the inside by something that's infecting it, regardless of whether its victim is alive or dead, is taking over its body to absorb what it needs from inside the human being or the animal or whatever it has infected, but using what's left over, the bits it doesn't need, the bones, the skeletal structure, as for a means of mobility. So how this creature breaks the human beings that it infects from the inside out was what visually was really interesting for me. To bring that to the screen as closely as possible to what was in my head without actually breaking human beings was the real challenge.
This is the fly that have the paint inside and all the colors on it. Arm pieces that go on.
And then once they were in the creature effects makeup, which was an amazing struggle, like really a coup on our part, was getting quantum creation effects to do the creature build and all the prosthetics and the effects makeup to have some amazing credits on their resume, and we're able to bring to the screen a practical approach to producing this creature.
So you got 2 people on each side.
Very disorienting.
Arms moving.
It was very important to me to be able to produce something that we could bring to set, that I could shoot, that Nelson and the camera crew could capture, and the actors could respond to and see, and be reacting to something real rather than a tennis ball on a stick, which was just, it's going to be over here. To have something real to respond to is very important, and I think it's great for the actors too. We found Jamie Henderson, a gymnast from the local Oklahoma University, who was able to do all of these crazy flips and movements and stuff, and I worked with him extensively to sort of to build the specific style of the movement of this character.
But then pivot around your hand, the hand that's on the ground.
Over a period of a few weeks, he sort of built up this series of flips and movements and strange jumping styles, which for him were completely alien to his training, but brought definitely a unique and different style of movement to the creature itself.
Yeah, that last little bit is a really great movement.
It's trying to figure it out as it goes and learn the movements based on muscle memory from previous creatures it's infected. So, for example, if it had come from the ocean and infected a land creature, it might still try and move like a crab. Or if it came from the forest and infected a human being, it's still going to try and run on all fours like a creature from the forest would. The type of movement is totally non-human, and that's why working with Charles Baker, who plays Blake in the opening scene of the movie, who also has many years of mime training, and he was able to bring this very quirky and unique expressive type of movement to the character. The arm breaks and the way the body reacts and those kind of things were all from Charles Baker, and then all the shots from the back of the creature where it's spinning and flipping and chasing people is all Jamie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was certainly strange for Jamie in his gymnasium where he trains with his whole team, sort of watching. He's doing these completely bizarre movements and flips and stuff that I'm directing, and his gymnastics trainer is standing right there just shaking his head, wondering what the hell he's doing. So yeah, I mean, they're very unusual movements, and trying to experiment to see how extreme we could go with those kind of movements without actually putting him in a hospital was definitely one of the challenges, to find that kind of movement.
I'm making the environment.
We were able to find amazing locations, and obviously what we needed for the movie was a gas station that could look like it was surrounded completely by forest, and that we found in this location, and it was perfect for us, except it was just a concrete box. So the first thing Jen Spence and her husband Tom Spence, who are my production design and art director team, the first thing we had them do was basically rip the front off the building and put in all glass, and I wanted to create that kind of goldfish bowl feel, where you're standing, it's completely pitch black dark outside, and you're standing inside with just this membrane of glass separating you from whatever's out there in the darkness, and you're lit up like a goldfish bowl. There were no gas pumps when we found the location, so they were basically donated. I think we got them for $1 a piece, And then Jen and Tom installed these, not too new and not too old, sort of just the right era gas pumps, which was a feat in itself. The whole back of the store had to be ripped open to put in the walk-in refrigerator, which obviously plays a big role in the movie. There was no restroom on the side of the building. We built that and rebuilt the Ramada that covers the gas pumps. That was a full rebuild because we knew we were going to have the creature on top of it at some point in the film. But everything in the store, all of the shelves and everything on the shelves was brought by us. Things that were donated and things that we got literally from the 99-cent store. And a lot of local businesses donated a lot of stuff to us. It was great. But they were all troopers working around the clock to get the thing transformed from this empty shell into what we needed for the movie. Tell me who you are and what you're doing on the film.
Oh, my name's Pat Henderson. They call me the Wizard. I do special effects and pyro. Many years ago, I served with the Green Beret in the United States Army, and they gave me a military skill that I had no idea was transferable to civilian life, blowing things up. And I found in the movies a perfect home for blowing things up. I can do it, and everybody goes home, and we all come back the next day and do it again.
You put the flammable liquid, the gas, inside the bags, so it doesn't leak through and damage the lift charge before it's time.
How many of those are we using?
How many pots?
We have
12 pots?
We have 12 charges.
Yeah.
It's the biggest stress buster out there. There's nothing like pushing the button and watching fire or smoke go.
I'm very collaborative on set, and I'll take time when it's available to discuss anything that any of the actors want to discuss and try anything and try new things. One of the reasons that worked on this movie is because we shot digitally. I've been a hardcore film fan my whole career. Every time I've been able to, I've shot on film. Sort of starting, I guess, in 2006, 2007, digital technology finally caught up with film, I think, and enabled us to make a film that looked the way I wanted it to look. That had that, shallow depth of field, big budget movie visual style, but enabled me to shoot 10, 15-minute takes where I could let the actors explore things and try new bits of blocking and shoot two cameras simultaneously and not be worried about how much film I was shooting.
We're going to put more pressures up too once we get done.
The lighting scenario that Nelson created basically allowed the actors a lot of freedom to be able to move wherever they wanted to, and then the cameras could follow them and not worry about shooting off the set. With all the clutter and busyness of everything that's on the shelves in any of those gas stations and convenience stores, the M&Ms, the bags of chips, just the wall of candy, the image that you could shoot in that place could end up just being overwhelmingly busy and very, frustrated and cluttering to look at and very distracting. So we ended up using a lot of long lenses and a lot of close-ups to really give us much separation between our characters and the background and focus the audience's attention on what I wanted them to be focusing on, which was the characters and the importance of them, the creature. All of those decisions combined with Nelson's ability to darken a background, lighten a background, give some shape to the place, which could have just been a fluorescent box nightmare to look at the whole time, was really, I think, what gives it its visual character.
Yeah, we might just put a bunch of dip on the front of the windshield or just on...
we had worked it was mostly nights, and we'd worked these crazy, bug-bitten torrential rain. It was 105 degrees during the day, and then the bugs would approach at night, and it was a grueling but incredibly rewarding production for everyone, I think. For various reasons, financial and location-wise, we shot the movie in Oklahoma, and there were just torrential rain and thunderstorms throughout the build-up to the production. Once we actually started shooting, the weather broke pretty well, so we were okay, except for just a couple days we were really severely rained off. Our first day of shooting, it was all exteriors, and we had the day basically split in half by a torrential rainstorm.
Welcome to Oklahoma!
where the sunny skies are relentlessly beautiful.
Throughout the whole of pre-production, the roads around our production offices were flooded. There's the one road into our production stage was completely flooded out, and we had to take longer roads around it. But it was a very strange experience for me, being having spent the last 15 years in Los Angeles, to experience this kind of weather was bizarre. And we were always standing around scratching our heads, hoping, just sort of wishing that it would stop so we could go out and scout locations.
What's the strangest phenomenon about Oklahoma?
I'd say, for me, the thunderstorms, just constant lightning strikes, and the fact that because they're so familiar with the weather and it's twister territory and hurricane territory, they've got amazing weather forecasting people. So our producers would be, while we were shooting, if we were expecting some weather to roll in, they would be on the phone sort of every 15 minutes with the weather advisory service, who could tell them within 5 minutes when any particular storm was either going to get to us or miss us. So that kind of preparedness and cooperation from the infrastructure in Oklahoma was great.
Here it comes.